and welcome to the Ski Club Snowcast, the 250th episode.
To celebrate, we're kicking off with the best of the best, an interview with the living legend himself, Candide Thovex.
We caught up with him last week as his new film, Few Words, premiered in London.
It's an adventure, you know, and just to go from places to places every day, you know, and to meet a lot of really nice people and to discover a lot of different culture and places like Prague or I was like 2 days ago in Poland and like places like Helsinki I've never been before, Oslo, like places that you just discover, you know, when you just stay one day you don't see enough, you know. So you just come there and go to the store and signing session and then interview and then after this like I have my little speech at the cinema and then we have few drinks and that's it, and then the next day I leave early. But it's good, you know, it makes me want to come back definitely to a lot of those places. We spent like 2 winters filming it and there was definitely some really good times, you know, like I really love to, like the first year we were supposed to start filming in Europe. And then finally we moved on to Canada because there was no snow at this time in Europe, and I kind of discovered, you know, like British Columbia, you know. I mean, in terms of, I used to go there but more for competitions at the time, and this was really the first time I went for filming, and I was like really impressed of the terrain, you know. It's like really super impressive. I really adapted to our type of skiing, you know, and kind of a bit kind of Disneyland, you know. It's really magical, I would say. For the moment, like we are really focusing on the promotion of the movie and the tour, but then I just can't wait for it to be done and to go back on skis. You know, sport is not about training or about competitions and medals and stuff. Skiing is more, I mean, for me personally, is more about, you know, just going out there and having fun and it's hard to explain, you know. It's just passion, you know, and I mean, it's such a, I don't know how to explain, a fun sport, you know. You just ride and go down and just play with the terrain and stuff and ride with your friends and I don't know, it's just a lot of pleasure, you know.
A top man and a truly amazing film. Make sure you see it. For the full interview, check out Ski Club TV.
Time now to see how the snow is looking around the world.
Here's our Ollie.
Many Austrian resorts experienced overcast skies on Thursday, with fresh snow falling in some areas. Weather across all of our featured Austrian resorts is expected to improve over the weekend, allowing skiers to enjoy the great piste conditions. The high altitude resort of Val Thorens in France is preparing to open this weekend and can expect fresh snow in their opening week. Piste conditions in Tignes are good considering the lack of recent snowfall. Valsenales and Trevinia are open, with heavy cloud cover on Thursday reducing visibility in the mountains. The opening of Livigno this weekend will be the first of the non-glacial Italian resorts to open. The Swiss resorts of St. Moritz and Verbier are expected to open on Saturday, with improving weather welcoming early season skiers and boarders. In Canada, snow continues to fall in many resorts, which is good news for those that open this week and those set to open over the weekend. Plenty of our featured resorts in the US have been opening in the run-up to Thanksgiving, with Heavenly, Loveland, Mammoth and Park City to name a few, welcoming in their first visitors of the season. The fantastic conditions should hold over the weekend.
Thanks, Ollie. Lots of places opening up now for what we hope is going to be a great winter.
Next, it's time for some more wisdom from our resident kit fanatic, Al Morgan.
If you need some advice on how to set your snowboard bindings, this one is for you.
When you first get your board from the shop, often they'll set the stance up for you, and it might actually be that that doesn't work for your riding style, so don't be afraid to play around with the angles and get them where you want. When they set it up, often the front foot's quite angled and the back foot's quite flat, as you can see, I stand goofy, but that may not be right. If you want to ride switch, so going backwards or do a lot of rotation, you might want equal angles on the binding. You also may want to bring the stance in a bit or further back on the board. Just play around with it, get it where you're comfortable with. Move the high back, get the angle right. When you know it's right, make a note of the settings, then that way, if you've got to take the bindings off for any reason, you don't have to start from the beginning when you put them back on.
Finally this week, it's time to get a date in your diaries.
There's nothing better than our pre-season members party anti-freeze to warm up for the winter.
It all takes place at GJ's Pub in Wandsworth on the 29th of November from 7 p.m, and is the perfect excuse for Ski Club members to meet up and get excited about the coming season.
If you have friends who are non-members, bring them along too. The more the merrier.
So we can keep an eye on numbers, email george.robinson@skiclub.co.uk to RSVP.
Well, we hope to see you there. For more details, visit the online event calendar.
That's all we've got time for in this Snowcast.
Join us for episode 251 next week.
Until then,
Bye.
bye.